It's like, what were you doing with my drapes? The drapes that were hanging in the apartment. I never got the answer to that. Hi, this is Kari from Sky Properties, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit today about good tenants and how to keep them. Right now during COVID, we're trying a few different methods. One of them is to renegotiate the lease and keep the price the same, but maybe add some things to the apartment like paint or a new dishwasher or things that make tenants happier in their apartment. One of the things that we're struggling with is that if we lose a good tenant, trying to find a good tenant to replace them has become very difficult. It's harder to show the apartment, people aren't looking as much. So the turnover time, even a month down, along with the cost of turnover, if you have a good tenant, you want to put that money into your building, into your unit, rather than spend it on trying to get a new tenant when you have a good tenant. Some people are maybe not too excited to sign a year lease right now because I feel like they think their future is uncertain, but I think probably this is not going to be going away anytime soon. So maybe consider doing a 6-month lease and some improvements that help you as well as the tenant. So that's one of the things we're doing, is we're trying to do an exchange of amenities for extending the lease. So we're definitely doing that, and as well as you want to think about the time that unit could be down. And right now I think it could be down for as much as 2 or 3 months, where before the tenant, our units were renting before they were even vacant. And in some buildings that's still true, but in most of our buildings they're struggling to replace any tenant with a incoming tenant and get it rented fast. So you want to calculate all that into what you're going to spend on someone you know is a good tenant already, and use that money wisely so that you're not out there searching for a good tenant and let a good tenant go over a small increase in rent or what have you. It's a good time to cross your T's, dot your I's, make sure that that you're not going to not reduce someone's rent and then reduce it for an incoming tenant who you don't. You want to have a full building. You want your vacancy to be 0%. And hopefully, if you've done it right, and we've talked a lot about that you've already put a good tenants into your building. So right now you want to hang on to your good tenants. And that might mean painting their apartment. It might be putting in new appliances. It might be doing some work in their unit where normally you wouldn't have to do that to keep them. This would be the time to do that. And I prefer to trade them amenities over giving them free rent, because then it benefits both of you in the long run.